To know that we support you and we're available to you 24 hours a day. We've made a commitment and we are dedicated to you.
So what about those follow-up calls we keep referring to? Something new that we will be doing is doing a follow-up call when someone is rated high. At the end of the call, if the person is still rated high, whether for suicide, homicide, domestic violence, or any kind of trauma, we will be doing a follow-up call. Here are some examples of how you could phrase this. We've talked about a lot. Would you like a follow-up call later in the day just to see how things are going? Sounds like this is a difficult time for you. Would you like us to follow up tomorrow and see how you're doing? We simply need to offer to follow up. Whether or not they choose to accept it is completely up to them. If they don't want to take it, we just let them know HopeLine is here 24 hours a day. When someone would like a follow-up, give the caller's name and number. This will be recorded on a new call report form. After you're off the phone, if there's a staff person available, go talk to the staff person and explain the follow-up call needed. After you're off the phone, if there's a staff person available, go to the staff person and explain that you need a follow-up call. The staff person will then make the call within 24 hours. If a staff person is not available and the next day is a regular business day, put your call report form on my chair. If the staff person is not available and the next day is a Saturday, Sunday, holiday, whatever, you're going to need to call the staff back up. Tell them who to call, the number to call, and explain to them what was discussed during the call so that they can know what's happening. Now, a quick reality check. If it's late at night, early in the morning, something like that, pass the information on to the next volunteer. They'll relay the information to staff so that we can do the follow-up call and get a good night's sleep too.
It's important that we have complete and accurate documentation, so I want to run through the new call report form with you. It's a little bit different, but most of it looks the same. You'll notice that there are a couple new sections on it. Look in your packet for your copy of the new call report form. Take a look at the lethality and risk assessment and the lethality and risk rating portions. You'll want to make a risk rating for every single call. If the risk rating for the call is high or medium or immediate risk, then make sure that you filled out an assessment for lethality or an assessment for risk. If the risk rating is low or medium, check no follow-up is needed. If the risk rating is high, let us know whether or not we need to give that person a follow-up call. Check yes if they indicated yes, no if not. If the risk rating is an immediate risk to harm themselves or someone else, then check no and let us know that you called 911.
With all these advancements and better suicide prevention comes one more, the third-party call-out. A third-party call-out is when we have someone call that cares about someone that they love very much and they're worried that that person might be suicidal. If we know of someone that is in need, we should do all that we can to help them out. Our first line of defense will still be supporting the caller. And how we do that? We validate their feelings. We let them know, I can tell that you're a good friend. This person is lucky to have someone like you in their life. We also want to provide information. We let them know over 80% of people that attempt suicide give some kind of warning sign. So we want to take those warning signs very seriously. We also want to give them resources. Let them know that their friend or loved one can call HopeLine. Also let them know what resources are available in the community to help their friend out. Now occasionally, from time to time, we do get somebody that is so desperate to help their friend, they would like for us to make a call out. This most often happens when the person calling is out of the area, they're someplace else, and they're concerned that their friend won't call HopeLine on their own, and they feel hopeless because they can't be there to take their friend someplace. In this situation, we will be doing call-outs to that individual. What we want from the initial caller is to ask them, would it be okay if I use your name when I talk to that person? When you make the call to this third party, we want to be sensitive to the fact that they are not prepared for a phone call from us. They may not know that a friend or loved one had called concerned about them. So be sensitive to that. So when we call someone, we want to introduce ourselves and let them know what's going on. For example, hi, I'm from HopeLine. I'm a volunteer at the local crisis line. We recently received a call from your friend Susie. Susie is concerned that you're having a difficult time right now and thought you might be suicidal. Since we get calls all the time from people in crisis and that are dealing with suicide, she thought that we should give you a call just to make sure everything's okay. Are you thinking about suicide? Some things to keep in mind. Because the person isn't expecting the call, we don't want to leave a message because there may be other people in the household. If somebody else in the household picks up the phone, we want to ask to speak to the individual we're looking for. So, may I please speak to Bob? If they ask what it's pertaining to, we can just say, this is a friend from HopeLine. Documentation for these calls is very simple. You fill out the regular call report that we always use, except in the upper left-hand corner, you check off the circle that says out, as in outgoing call.
HopeLine!
HopeLine!
Well, that was our active intervention training. We hope you enjoyed it.
Please remember to fill out the summary sheet and evaluation form. It's not a test. We just want to make sure we taught you what we intended to teach you.
And remember to include the bottom portion. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns, and also if you want us to do role plays. You know we love role plays at HopeLine.
Thank you for making HopeLine the best service we can be, especially for those people at risk.